So the first thing, and I think really the CEO of the company in the late 80s and 90s deserves a lot of credit. What many people maybe do not know is that Nokia was a conglomerate company. They made anything from rubber boots to tires to televisions to computers, the whole shebang. And the CEO at that time basically convinced the board to sell all businesses that were not fast growing and invest everything in telecommunications. So they kept the equipment, the telecom equipment, but they especially invested in mobile phones. So that's one. Second, in the 90s, mobile phones were typically a thing that you got over as a Christmas gift. Yeah, that was a big thing. But if you want to have the stores full of mobile phones in around the end of November, you need to order in the April-May timeframe. All your parts in order to get things manufactured, etc., etc. Yep. Multiple times during the 90s, Nokia bet the entire company on sales being successful in December by placing orders that if sales would not go well, they would go bankrupt. So the guts were there. I mean, those are the kind of things that most people don't see. And I wasn't there at the time. I joined much later. But the stories were told that basically people were just literally scared, like no tomorrow, but I really hope that this works. Otherwise, this whole thing is going to end not so well. So those are the kind of gutsy moves that a company like Nokia was able to do at that time. And then later on,
What about, selling out everything except telecom? Was that a gutsy good move or a bad move in your view?
Yeah, so it depends on what kind of company you want to be. If you want to be a steady as she goes, generate dividend for your owners kind of company, then of course selling tires or selling televisions or not televisions, but tires and boots and those kind of things, the things that people need all the time. And of course, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to run a fast growing, tech heavy company, then you need, that scales. I mean, and I think that at that point, it had already become clear that the conglomerate type of businesses were a bit on the decline, that it was hard for boards and senior management teams to run such a diverse portfolio of companies he did have, I think, I forgot his name, but the CEO did have a bit of wind in his back because it was clear that these conglomerate thinking didn't really work anymore. And it was towards the end of the 80s that was becoming obvious. So I think he had a little bit of wind in his back for that, but in the end, it's a gutsy move, right?